I just want to talk to you for a few minutes before we start the academic piece of the presentation tonight. I want to talk to you about our PTO. We've got a great PTO organization, our parent-teacher organization. We're always looking for volunteers, so if you're interested, you can contact Julie Moore. They meet every third Thursday of the month at 6:30. The meetings are going to be virtual, and our first meeting will be October 15th at 6:30. So if you're interested, please contact Julie Moore. The PTO consists of a group of parents and teachers working together to help the Rogers Park community and our students. They do a lot of wonderful things for our staff and our students. They spend money on our school dances. They spend money on the 8th grade graduation. They give breakfast for the students. They give breakfast for the teacher, all kinds of different things that they get involved in, just trying to make our Rogers Park community more lively. They do a lot of fundraising. These are some examples. They do box top collections. They sometimes do magazine drives, clothing drives, different things. They also work with the Weston-Airs baseball team to raise money for our school too. We also have a school-based health center that we're going to show you a short introductory video of what services they will provide to our Rogers Park children.
Hi guys, Miss Jessie, Miss Henyon here for the School-Based Health Center at Rogers Park. We are a clinic inside the school that provide medical and behavioral health services. We currently are setting up a Google Classroom, so check that out for further information. In order to receive services here, you need to be registered at the School-Based Health Center, so make sure you fill out that form. And if you need to get it back to us, you can email it, you can fax it, or you can drop it off at the school. Give us a call and let us know if you have any other questions. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ms. Wright. On behalf of the 6th grade teachers, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the technology platforms that we'll be using while doing our education this year. The first one is Google Classroom. This is essentially the be-all and end-all for the kids in terms of this is the place where all of our synchronous links are available. So when the students are logging on to do their live meets or to have the office hours with teachers, this is where all of the classwork will be housed. It's where it gets turned in, turned back. So it really, everything that they need is located within Google Classroom. It has, again, I said meet links, assignments. It also has announcements, which is a stream if the teacher wanted to communicate a quick piece of information, for example, about tonight's open house, we can put it there and it will go out to all of the students, and it also goes to their email so they see it in 2 places. This is just a quick snapshot of what the Google Classroom dashboard might look like for your child. They will have multiple tiles. These are all the different classes that they are signed up for. As they change specials throughout the year, you know, they may be adding tiles, and all their content classes are here. The outsides of these tiles are white, so to speak. If you take a quick look, you can see social studies and then a big blank spot. What's nice about Google Classroom is when assignments are due or things are upcoming on that particular page, the students will actually see under social studies the different assignments that will be due as a quick snapshot when they're logging in. Upon logging in to a specific class, it opens up to what we call the stream. The students know the stream, and that's the place where we can make announcements. At the top of that stream is a designated meet link for that specific class. And so anytime your child has their social studies, science, math classes live that they're online for, they're going to open up the Google Classroom. They're going to open up the class, and then they're going to click on that designated meet link. The teacher's on the other end, as are all the students. Another resource that we use throughout the year is PowerSchool. PowerSchool is fantastic in terms of seeing how your students are doing in real time. The assignments are all placed in there by the teachers. You can see the grades. You can, teachers will indicate whether assignments are missing or they're incomplete. So there's a lot of information that's on PowerSchool. The children can log on each day. They also see their schedule in real time. What classes do I have today? PowerSchool is also the place where any information about contacting parents, emails will all be kept. And so it's a great resource then for the teachers for us to be in contact with you. An app is also available on the iPhone, I'm pretty sure on all Androids, and there is a code needed when you sign up, and you can just ask your child's teacher for that code. I'm not sure if it's on the website or not. It's a 4-digit code, and then you have it at your fingertips right on your phone, which is super easy. If you're in need of a laptop or a loaner, Rogers Park Middle School is still loaning out laptops. And what you'll do is go to the Rogers Park Middle School website, and there is a URL to click on. You fill out the information, and then the laptop is being loaned out. Also, if you're having any issues with your Chromebook, having troubles with cameras or just different things that happen, this also will be the place to go so that your child can get the Chromebook serviced and fixed so that it's working the way it should be. When we meet with your students, they've really been doing a fantastic job. I'm impressed at their professionalism, if you will, on the Google Meets. They're doing a great job. We have some expectations and guidelines. First thing is that we ask they come muted so that you don't have a lot of extraneous noise. And we ask that they mute themselves and stay muted until they're called on by the teacher, or if the teacher indicates at this point, you know, their kids can be having discussions with each other. We've even shown them how to do shortcuts to quickly unmute rather than have to constantly click on and off the mute button. We ask that when they're in the Google Meets, we try to sit in a place that's conducive for learning. It's not easy. I know everybody's houses are filled with lots of people these days, but just the best place for them to be the most successful, where it can be the quietest. Headphones work great to mute out any background noises as well for them. I know most of the teachers wear them. We ask that the kids keep muted unless they're asked to speak or encouraged to speak, and they can do that simply by raising a hand. There's a little icon that they can click on to indicate that they want to raise their hand, or again, if there's some free conversation, then the kids can go back and forth with that. And then we do ask that when the class is over to please leave the call in a timely fashion so that the teacher can log out, because there is only a very few minutes for us to log in and start our next sessions. And now this is for the Language Arts Department.
Thank you, Ms. Wright, for that fabulous explanation of our expectations. I am Elise Mahood. I'm going to speak behalf of the language arts teachers. You can see on the slide that there are 6 language arts teachers for the 6th grade, 2 per cluster. So our language arts class, your child will have one of 2 language arts teachers that are in the cluster. So we use expeditionary learning curriculum, and we focus on argumentative writing, so pulling out evidence from the text that we're reading and supporting our answers. And we have 3 main modules that we focus on throughout the year. So our first is myths, not just long ago, and our first text that we're going to be reading is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. And our second module is Rules to Live By. Our class text is Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. And our last module of the year is Insecticides, Costs versus Benefits, and we read Frightful's Mountain by Jean Craighead George. Now in language arts, we read these texts as a class. So everyone in the class will be reading the same thing, and that's what our focus is on.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Clark, and I will talk to you about our literacy workshop, which is a class that supports and complements our ELA class. So in this class, we're able to dive into the topics and the skills that we explore in the ELA class in even more depth. We specifically will be focusing on the narrative, the explanatory, and the argumentative types of writing. And in this class, we get to do projects and other group activities. Also, the independent reading is a big part of this class, so we like to give students choice. And both the teachers and the students highlight books throughout the year through book talks and various projects, so that there's a wide variety of exploration of the different types of books. And so the students can really find something that they like to sit and read on their own. So also we work on grammar and sentence structure throughout the course, throughout our writing and the projects. And IXL is also a great way that we use quite a bit to practice a lot of these skills that we work on throughout the year.
Hi, I'm Ms. Kerjack. I teach Literacy 180 and Literacy 44. If you don't have a literacy workshop, then you have me. I service all three clusters. We have a hybrid program, which everybody does now. We do literacy components that are made up of whole group, the student application, which is a software program. We will be logging into that next week. It's probably going to cause a little bit of stress for all the students because it's just another program to learn to log into. I always tell them, bear with us, we'll get through it. I guess the challenge is being distant. And if you do have issues, we will, I definitely can help them. We do small group learning, and we also do independent reading. So between literacy workshop and my class, the students do have independent reading to do.
Hi, Ms. Wright again. On behalf of the Social Studies Department, myself, Mr. Bedish in Cluster 6B, and Mr. Navarra in Cluster 6A. Our units of study, we focus on ancient civilizations, thousands of years ago, how the world began. And we view Mesopotamia, Egypt, China, India, Greece, and Rome. And throughout these historical units, we focus on what we call historical thinking skills. We're asking the students to approach their curriculum like a historian would. Historians participate in fishbowl discussions. This is where it's a student-led conversation about what they're learning using evidence and information that they've uncovered along the way. We teach them to analyze artifacts, which are ancient objects from a given time period, and how they connect with people. We teach them about sourcing, so being able to look at a piece of information and determine its source. Is it a primary, secondary? Is there any sort of bias behind it? What's the angle that it's of the information that's being given to you? And finally, we take all of that and it culminates into argumentative responses, both oral and written. And we ask them to find evidence to support their thinking. And we use the Peel method of this, which is supported in the ELA and literacy department. So it's a very cohesive writing.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Megan Danucci. I'm speaking on behalf of the 6th grade science department. My colleagues, Mrs. Keller in cluster 6A and Mr. Evans in cluster 6B. So thank you for coming out tonight. We are really excited, and I think the kids are really excited because what I've heard is finally we're learning about science. So we are happy to teach 6 units of science this year. We teach ecosystems, populations and biodiversity, astronomy, kinetic and potential energy, weather, water, and climate. So there's a lot packed in there. So we dabble in a lot of the science disciplines. We do follow the NGSS standards, which stands for the Next Generation Science Standards. It is just teaching practices that help students develop a scientifically based view of the world around them. And we concentrate on the science skills such as observation and investigations and collecting and analyzing data. We hope that our love of science and teaching will inspire your children to be that next generation of scientists that our world so badly needs right now. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marie Schussler. I'm the 6A math teacher. As you can see, there are 2 others, Lisa Krayaski in 6B and Kim Moran in 6C. So Danbury Middle Schools, all of us, we use this curriculum called the Illustrative Mathematics. It is a student-centered program that focuses on fluency, developing vocabulary, and problem-solving strategies. So a lot of our topics include understanding and modeling ratios, calculating unit rates and percentages, divide fractions, perform operations with decimals, evaluate expressions and solve equations, interpret data sets and distributions, and make sense of numbers and real-world problems. So as the other teachers may have said, we do try to incorporate things that they do as well, like analyzing a text and being able to get the gist of what the question is asking, because this is very heavy on situations and such and real world problems. So we take a lot of what the language arts humanities department, and we try to do it in the math as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Nancy Harold and I am one of the 6th grade ESL teachers here at Rogers Park, along with Ms. Lee and Mrs. Kerjack. So we offer a comprehensive ESL program here at Rogers Park. It ranges from newcomers, students who have only been in this country for a very short time, all the way through students who are at the higher level of ESL and are working on moving out of ESL and into the mainstream classes altogether. We touch on every part of the English language, and from listening and speaking to in-depth reading and writing. Our goal is to develop their language skills to the point where they no longer need our services anymore. That's our goal. So lots of practice with conversation skills, reading strategies, writing strategies, and honestly, we're here to help them move out of ESL and into their academic classes with confidence and the skills that they need to be successful.
Hi, I'm Melissa Brennan. I am one of 2 of the special education teachers. Mrs. Pierceworth and I both teach the resource students. We also co-teach, and we teach study skills and specialized reading. So if your student has any of those classes, they will be with us for that time, and we work with them on their individual education plan, goals, and objectives.
Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Cirasoli. I teach the 6th grade Math 180 along with Mr. Allen. Math 180 is a full year course. The model consists of whole group and then students working in small groups, and also using a computer program that then gears what they're learning towards them in an individualized way. A lot of our work this year is going to be with fractions, understanding equivalent fractions, solving equations with fractions, and placing fractions where they go on number lines, and a lot of work with fractions.
Okay, thank you for coming. We can't wait to get everybody back to school in person, and we hope everyone has a successful school year.